I saw the fire in brother's chest to be, do, and have something different. And so it was really from every brother that is a participant, from us as player coaches. The transformation, I think, was substantive. Watching the brothers bond and develop and grow and transform is always amazing to me. And so this weekend was for me nothing short of amazing, watching the brothers do their work and fully engaged, right? Like, so we didn't see any brother half step. You and I were able to see every single brother fully engaged, even brothers that came in saying, this ain't what I really do. Just let me sit back in the cut and chill. Right. Those brothers genuinely fully engaged and grew not just as individuals, but as a collective.
Not just as individuals, but as a brotherhood, as a collective, as a group of men who are and are committed to growth and development, a group of men that would rather die before they grow. I'm Donald Morton. I'm the founder of Remand, and at Remand, we help married businessmen with families interrupt patterns, disrupt behaviors, break the vicious cycles of missed potential so that they master their lives, leadership, and legacy all at the same time. Welcome to today, um, where I'm going to be a bit transparent. Those of you that know me have witnessed my work before know that that is my staple, right? Because I think that there is enough um, courage on the inside of me and on the inside of most men to be able to address the situations that happen in everyday life and do so with a degree of courage, even in the face of complexity, right? So do me a favor, and if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. I want you to like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, I want you to like and to share. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, comment, right? Let me know that you're there so that we can have a really, really good dialogue today. This week has been a pretty interesting week, and I have had to grow up quickly. And there's a lot that I'm going to share over these next 40 minutes or so with you. So, if your husband is a business owner, if you're married to a business owner, um, yeah, I want you to be in the room and not just be here, but also share with your husband, your significant other, whatever the case may be. When you land on this page today, wherever you're landing, say what's up, give me your name, give me where you are watching from, and whether or not you've ever had that defining moment, that moment where you've got to grow. You've got to grow quickly. There's not a whole lot of time for you to try to figure it out. Either you make a decision that will, whether you make the decision or not, or what decision you make, that decision is going to change the trajectory of your life. I have experienced that kind of not just moment. I've experienced not just that kind of day. I have experienced that kind of week. I have experienced that kind of week. Hmm. So I'd like to really kind of talk it through with you, lay on your couch, and help me to process all of the things that happened. And here's the deal. Everything that took place is good. Ultimately, it was for my good. But when I tell you that it was a part of a painful, painful process, it was, because I think you would agree. And if you don't agree, then you just haven't lived long enough yet. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. I wish it wasn't. I wish that there was a path of least resistance that would grow my AQ muscle, but there isn't one. There isn't one. The truth is that the growth muscle, the ability to expand your capacity to handle pressure, only happens to the extent, and doesn't happen based on what you read. It doesn't happen based on what someone says. Those of you that are church kids, like I'm a church kid, it doesn't happen because someone laid hands on you. It only happens when you are under fire, when you are under pressure. It's the equivalent to I lift every single day because I'm trying to keep wisdom and not lose my body, right? I want to make sure that my body is prepared for the long haul. So every single day I work out, still working on eating in the way that I really need to eat every single day, but I am working out. Shout out to Walter Sellers, who was my fitness coach. Shout out to him, who was the first one that I heard say this. I've heard it several times since this time, but first one that I ever heard say that you cannot outtrain a bad diet. That you cannot outtrain a bad diet. Let me give it to you one more time. You cannot, no matter how hard you try, outtrain. There's no amount of weights that you can lift. There's, right, like at some point, your diet is going to catch up with you. It is actually going to tell on you, right? And so I understand that. And so, much of the gains that I have had, have been great. But I've had some gains that I haven't been able to make because I understand that my diet doesn't lend itself fully to the goals that I have set. So because I understand that, I don't get pissed off. He already told me what it's going to take. It is absolutely up to me now. Let's see something here. There we go. It's absolutely up to me now to either do what the man said do or not. And if I don't, I can't be pissed off at the lack of results, right? And that is the case with every area of life. You are responsible for the outputs that you get because you are responsible for the inputs that determine the outputs, right? So shout out to Walter Sellers. I have been hanging out more recently with a sister by the name of Shantae Wells. They call her Health. She calls herself Health. She has been really, really solid with me around the science, right? what these actual things in food actually do, right? How your body is actually made. My mentor and spiritual father often says, understanding is divine comprehension in your heart that gives you the ability to repeat something at will. I cannot repeat anything I do not understand. But when I understand, I can repeat it. So, what I want you guys to know is that I understand exactly what is happening. I understand exactly what is happening when I get the gains that I get, and I understand what is happening when I don't get the gains because I understand, right? Like I'm clear. I know my body. I know what I can eat, what I can't eat. I know what causes me to gain. I know what causes me to lose. I know what time windows within to eat. I know what water does for my body. I know what candy and cake does for my body. I know now how to read labels and to look for certain words that are going to be perhaps harmful for my body. So I have a degree of understanding that has, that I haven't had in times past. Not that I've had any bad coach. I think everybody that I have brought into my life has really brought a tremendous amount of value, right? Like a tremendous amount of value. And at the same time, excuse me, you have to continue to grow. You have to continue to develop. And speaking of such, I'm talking with help right now. Let's see. So, so a part of what we're really talking about today is a series of events that happened where I had to grow up really quickly. And I want you to know that today's segment is being brought to you by Levon Lewis and Creative Velocity. He is a phenomenal gift, is responsible for our branding and all of our work. Yeah, so really solid, really solid guy. Been working with Levon for years. And he is also a client of mine. In fact, let me just let you see who he is, what he does. Right? Let me let you see who he is and what he does. Here we go.
That told me to give him a call today. 15-year relationship, says he has a new business, new idea. Let's call him, see what he has.
What's up, my guy?
So you say you have this new business idea. Talk to me about it.
You know how there has been very little available for men, particularly men of color.
Absolutely.
Right? And one of the things that I've come up with is to kind of create a space, not just a space where brothers can talk and just kind of kiki and haha, but a space of real transformation.
So this sounds like, because working with men, I think it's like two phases, right? There's a phase where you have to get them to shift, right? And then the transformation has to happen. So what about something around the shift that transforms everything?
I love that whole idea of the shift that transforms everything. So everything that a man needs to transform happens at the shift. I love it.
Okay. So you know what we need to do next? Web, messaging. We have to make sure that we educate men and sell it at the same time. And then I think after that is done, let's go PR and get some visibility around the brand. And I think you'll be good to go.
I love it, man. Listen, bro, if there's one guy in my life, one business partner in my life that always has the answer, you that guy. So I genuinely appreciate you for always having the answer that will make our vision and brand move forward.
I appreciate that. You know, that's what we're here for, is a partnership. So let's do it.
You got it, man.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You got it. Talk soon.
Listen, that's my guy. The shift that transforms everything. Go at some point, go to www. Let's see, I got so many things up here. Let's see. There we go. www.weareremand. I would love to have a conversation with you about where you are. We have a free discovery call where you can allow me to see where you are, see whether you qualify for us to be able to serve you. We don't serve everybody because we don't have to serve everybody. But we're looking for men who want to have it all. Not looking for men who say, you know, I'm satisfied with this little piece that I got. I'm satisfied with the fact that I am, you know, that my business is doing well. My wife will get over it. I'm not looking for guys like that. I'm not looking for guys who say, you know, I'm so locked in on my family that I don't matter. I'm not looking for guys like that. I'm looking for guys who say all of it matters. I'm looking for guys who feel the weight and the pain. That is, yeah, do it now. Yeah, Dwight, do it now. I'm looking for guys who genuinely believe, even if they don't know how to do it, we can take care of the how. We have a system that is proven. Good afternoon, my guy. We have a system that is proven that is successful in getting men to master all of it at the same time through our law of integration. So if you are one of those guys and you'd like to talk with me directly, you don't want me to send you to some landing page, you want to talk to me directly because you need to feel the energy. You need to see whether or not I can actually serve you. And I need to see whether or not you really want to be served. So if that is you, go to We Are Remands, WeAreRemanned.com. We Are Remand, 2 N's.com. So let me just kind of share with y'all that this has been one of the craziest weeks I've ever experienced in my life. When I tell you that the business, clean this off a little bit, see if I can. I don't know why. When I tell you that the business, personal life, and all hasn't been under attack. It hasn't been. I think life is just happening. And life comes with a certain amount of pressure that is inescapable. It's also a diagnostic. Pressure happens to show you who you are and where you are at a particular time in life. So when pressure shows up, I don't want you to damn a pressure. I don't want you to condemn pressure. I don't want you to pray that somehow pressure doesn't continue to show up in your life. The level of pressure that you have been experiencing, you're only experiencing to prepare you for the next part of what's coming. And the level of pressure that you are experiencing is a level of pressure that only comes because you have been verified and confirmed to be able to handle it. There is absolutely nothing. It's a law. A law of the realm of the spirit is anything that you are dealing with, you have been pre-qualified to handle. There's nothing that you're dealing with that you're not pre-qualified to handle. So it locates you. So anytime that pressure shows up, you ought to celebrate. You ought to celebrate because pressure shows you where you are, and it also shows you where your gaps are, so that when you close those gaps, you'll be able to handle what's coming next. What's coming next is greater. What's coming next is greater. But there's a greater level of responsibility. It's going to call for a greater level of honoring your code. It's going to require greater level of discipline. It's going to require greater level of flexibility. It's going to require greater level of excellence. Like, you cannot get away from all of those things and think that you're going to live at a different level of life. Let me just tell you, the men who are successful, the men who are doing great things, have had to endure a great amount of pressure. Name any great that you would call great. Put it in the chat. Any great that you would call great, someone that you genuinely admire. I can tell you that that man has endured an extreme amount of challenge, an extreme amount of pressure, the desire to give up, to cave in, to quit, to say to hell with this. He has had to endure that. And somehow he musters the courage to keep going. Somehow he musters the courage to keep going. By the way, if I am talking to you, go to weareremand.com, set up a time for us to actually talk. I want to find out where you are. I want to find out what challenges you're experiencing. The challenges that you're experiencing, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can tell me that is going to be out of the box. I have heard it all. I have been dealing with men and serving men for over 30 years. I am not new. I am the best in my field at what I do. So there's nothing that you can tell me that's going to tell me that you are some guy that is out of pocket, that I can't serve. I've heard it all. I've heard all of the infidelity stories. I've heard and have dealt with all of the physical ailments that guys are dealing with. I've dealt with guys who are going through divorce. I've helped to serve guys who were going through a divorce but ended up making it work. We gave him the tools. I've served guys who had failing businesses, turned around those businesses. I've dealt with all of those guys. And listen, I've helped countless guys understand the law of integration and how to genuinely integrate all parts of their lives. I've been able to serve men who are considered toxic. I've been able to serve men who were passive. We have one goal inside of this world. And that one goal inside of the world of Remand is to get you in full integration. Because, gentlemen, integration is a grown man's game. It is the hardest, most difficult, challenging game that you will ever experience in your life. What Dwight knows, because Dwight is inside of the world of Remand, not only is he inside of the world of Remand, but Dwight is also a certified facilitator inside of this world of Remand. He will tell you that this game is difficult. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the guy who just wants to live without intentionality. No, this game is rough. This game on most days kicks my behind. On most days, this game kicks my behind. And I show up again. And it kicks my behind again. It's a grown man's game. It's a grown man's game. Shout out to Dwight for this too. Let me just kind of say this. This guy, Dwight Robinson, I'm privileged to be able to serve him. I'm privileged that he is a client. I'm privileged that he is a brother of mine. He is also one of the most generous men that I've ever experienced in my life. If you were to go on my page, you will see, yeah, we got to keep showing up. If you were to go on my page, you would see my wife posted, I think yesterday, day before, that Dwight sent me some cologne just because he's generous. Just a generous cat. Sent me some cologne. And I have several different scents, right? And what he also did this last time that he sent me a gift is he sent my wife a gift as well. And my wife said, "Hey, babe, this is the absolute sweetest thing that man would consider me in sending me a gift. He didn't have to send me a gift. He decided to send me a gift. He honored not just me, but he honored what he calls Marla, which is the first lady of Remand. I mean, the level of generosity. Now, here is why, one of the reasons why God is, or spirit, or whoever you call God, has raised up Dwight to be able to do that, because it's a law. I have put out so much good in the world. I have sown so much, tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars. Tens of thousands of dollars that God has raised up Dwight, Spirit has raised up Dwight to be able to give back to me since I've given. But watch this. This is the way the cycle works. Dwight now has positioned himself, just because he has a heart of generosity, to have someone give to him, because he gives. Give and it shall be given. Give and it shall be given. Give and it shall be given. So I have given. It's being given to me by Dwight. Dwight has given. Dwight will be given opportunities, favor, finance, so on and so forth. It's the way that the law works. I just want to pause, because I'm grateful for a brother who has me on his mind and considers the work that we have done together life-changing. His life is significantly the better as a result of the work that we're doing. And if this new era that we're walking into, this new 8th month is the month of new beginnings. And when I tell you, I just met with one of our clients yesterday. Yesterday. And I was able to see so clearly the gaps in his life that he literally teared up, not because they weren't tears of joy, but neither were there tears of pain. They were gratitude, tears of gratitude. Why? Because finally the gaps are exposed and I can do something about it. So I just wanted to shout out Dwight for always being a brother of tremendous encouragement. Spirit always raises him up when I need to hear a word of encouragement, because this work is heavy. On most days, this work is heavy. This week has been one of those weeks where the work is heavy. As a business owner, the work has been heavy. We had to file a cease and desist this week. It's the first one we've ever had to file. And when I tell you that the server in me didn't want to file it. But and you guys that have been following me a minute know that I don't like the term version, because there is no version of me. There's only one version of me, and that's the purest version of me that is at the deepest part of me. It is at the core. Everything else are pylons. So ways I've expressed myself are pylons: trauma pylons, experiential pylons, cultural pylons. All of these things are things that are on the real me. But the real me can do all things. The real me is pure and confident and strong. But when I saw what was happening, and I had to file a cease and desist, I had to grow. I had to grow up immediately. I had to grow up quickly. Why? Because the real core Donald is a man that has to be able to do business at a much higher level. The opportunities that are being presented and the places that are wanting to do business with Remand, negotiating contracts, dealing with attorneys, dealing with accountants, all of that none of that's new. But I had to grow. I had to outgrow the trauma that I've experienced for a good part of my life. I had to outgrow it. And the reason why I had to outgrow it is because the men that I'm called to serve and the businesses that I'm called to serve, the businesses with whom I'm entering relationship, partnership, and contract deserve the purest, most strong, and capable and competent version of Donald Morton. So I had to grow up quickly. I had to grow up quickly. The good news is I was willing to do it. I've got a vision. I've got a call. And that vision and call is so strong on my life that I'll let nothing get in the way of it. I'll let nothing get in the way of serving men. It is the reason for which I was born. It is the purpose of my life, to be integrated, to live integrated, and to lead integrated. Those are the three areas that I am called to. I was called to learn integration. I am called to live integration, and I am called to lead integration. So I had to respond to that moment in a way that a multi-million-dollar CEO would respond. I had to take on the identity of a multi-million-dollar CEO to see how I had to respond. How would a multi-million-dollar CEO respond? What's up, man? Good to see you. Derek, good to see you, my guy. Got to stay focused, man. I have to stay focused. I have to stay tunnel visioned on what it is Spirit has created me to do. And anything that gets in the way of that has to be dealt with. You can't avoid it. You can't run from it. You can't act like it's not there. And any version of you that avoids it, runs from it, acts like it's not there is a version of you that is under trauma. One of my favorite scriptures, and I don't want this to become a Bible study, right? But one of my favorite scriptures, Dwight and Derek, is a scripture in 1 Samuel that talks about when they were asking where Saul was. He had just been appointed king, and they were trying to look out for him. Where is he? He was this tall guy. The scripture says he was a handsome guy, and they couldn't find out where he was. So when they asked the final time, where is Saul? They said, there he is. He's over there. Listen to this term, Derek. It's going to help you. Listen to this term, Dwight. It's going to help you. There is the real king. He's over there, hidden underneath the baggage. So you've got to ask yourself, listen to the statement. There he is, the real king, the real Saul, this king who stands tall and who is strong and who has all the goods. Where is he? Hidden among the baggage. It's not that he doesn't exist. It's not that he's not strong. It's not that he can't stand tall. It's just that the baggage is covering him. The trauma is covering him. The challenges are covering him. The different environments that he's been in that have taken from him. He is what everybody calls a version is not a version. It's trauma. And what you've got to do is you've got to cleanse the trauma. Yeah, Dwight, there he is. He's over there. He's hiding, though. He's hiding. The baggage makes him hide. He's tall. He's strong. He's a good-looking cat, but he's over there hiding among his baggage, shrinking among his baggage, making sure that nobody sees. He doesn't want to be exposed. He doesn't want everybody to know that the greatness that's on him. Listen to me, Derek. Nobody wants you. Sometimes get to a place where you don't want everybody to know the greatness that is on your life, because the greatness that is on your life comes with exposure and it makes you a target. Type a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. I got about 6 minutes. Type a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you have seen moments of your life where you have been shrinking And people are looking for the greatest part of you. Derek said 1. There's more in you, bruh. Dwight says 1. There's more in you, Dwight. There's more in you, Derek. And a part of what I have determined to do for the rest of my life is I'm going to push the hell out of you, brothers. I have discovered that it is absolutely possible for you to have it all. And there are a lot of men who have let up off on you guys, have not pushed you. They don't want to offend you. They don't want to make you uncomfortable. I am called to make you uncomfortable. I'm called to make sure you don't settle. That you don't settle for the relationship that is not best for you, that you don't settle for small amounts of money when you know that there are millions out there for you. That you don't settle for being treated any kind of way. I'm called to make sure you stand tall. And I'm going to push you. And I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I'm going to make you angry. And I'm going to make you want to fight. Here's what Derek said. He said, yes, I'm just coming out of it. I was shrinking. I was hiding because of past trauma. Bruh, I understand it. You already know I understand it. And here's something, Derek, that the stage that I'm in now, hopefully this will help you. This is the stage that I'm in now. All of the past trauma, all of the past things, even the past things that I did that you and I have talked about. We've talked about openly on your radio show. Thank you for giving me platform to be able to share my heart. I have reached a place where I no longer let the trauma, the bad decisions, the things that I have done define who I am. Because who I am, deep on in my core, is pure and strong and tall and confident and capable and with conviction. And the trauma will continue to say, hey, but you remember you did this, though. The trauma will continue to say, remember back in such and such, remember how you did that, though. So the trauma will always continue to try to pull you back. But here's what you have to hear. When you was a child, you spoke as a child, you understood as a child, you thought as a child. When you became a man, a grown-ass man, you put away childish things. So what I am called to do, everybody doesn't appreciate my style. Everybody doesn't. I love what Dwight just said. Bring it on. He said, bring it on. He's in the program and it's about to get hot, Dwight, because there's more in you. Dwight is already used to how we get down. Dwight and I have had knockdown dragouts. He's still around. I'm still around because we are called and committed to making sure one another grow. I've talked to him in ways that most men would fold. He's still around. Most of y'all fold. Look at what Derek said. I am who I say I am. Not who they say I am. Who I say I am. The frame and filter through which I function is based on what I say about me, not what another says about me, not what friends say about me, not even what my wife says about me. And I love my wife, but it has nothing to do with her, has nothing to do with Dwight, has nothing to, let's look at what Dwight said. He said, not going anywhere. And it's getting ready to get hotter. He said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here for it. Look what Derek said. Let's do the work. I'm ready. Derek, I think you should hop on a call with me. Go to weareremand.com, hop on a discovery call. The discovery call is free. I want to see where you are, and I want to see how I can help you close the gaps so that all of your full potential can be realized. You got too much in you to avoid a conversation with me, and not saying that you ever have, but you got too much potential in you not to realize that potential. The work that you've been doing is so significant and meaningful, it has to be expanded so that when you leave this world and you meet your creator, he's able to say to you, you did what I asked you to do, and you did it at scale so that monumental amounts of people understand that Derek Darrell Dixon was on the planet. Bring on the fire. I'm not called to be nice. That's not my style. My style is in your face. My style is to tell the truth. My style is to make sure I push all of the buttons, because if I can push all of the buttons, if I can make you angry inside of our world, if I can make you quit inside of our world, then you have no hope out there. That is an unforgiving world. So I'm going to do my best to challenge you in ways that you've never been challenged. I do my best to address you in ways that you've never been addressed. I'm going to do my best to make sure that you never have an excuse, that you're pushed, that you're shaped, that you're forged into the man that the Creator has intended. He's in there. My job is to reveal him and to introduce him to you. So, look at what Derek said. Count it done. I'll set it up. All you got to do is go to weareremand.com, set it up. I'll be on a call with you. I know that it may still look like, bruh, that I've got some slots on Monday the 10th, but I do not. Monday the 10th is my birthday. And so I will be spending this weekend with wifey and Monday with wifey. She's got some great things planned for me. And so I'm eternally grateful. You know, it's Leo season. It's Leo season. Yeah, it's Leo season. All right, y'all. So there are some things that I had to do yesterday, with clients, with business, that had to make me grow up and grow up quickly. Here's the good news. Once you establish a new level, you can never go back. I'm never going back to the man I was before yesterday. I'm never, ever going back to the man I was before yesterday. I'm at an entirely new level, and y'all about to feel it. Let me show you these last couple of things, and then I'll let you guys go. Watch this. This is my time. The beginning of the Remand Tour started in Maryland. Watch this.
I found out why not only me, but most men don't reach their full potential because they have not learned this formula. This formula will cause you to reach your full potential. Anybody interested? I say, anybody interested? Yeah. Not 95, not 80, 100% of the time, this will work if you learn to work it. SQ is my belief about my identity and purpose. AQ is about capacity. If I can lock in identity and purpose, if I can become solid on who I am and why I exist, and I can hold that identity and purpose under extreme pressure, then it's just a matter of time before I execute life, leadership, and legacy. My family, my business, my personal life rest on my ability to remain who I am under extreme pressure. The character that I've been using to get to this level is not sufficient to get me to the next level. So what I had to do is switch out character. Because when I switch out character, I choose a new character that is designed to get me to the next level. You cannot get to the peak without first honoring the fact you got to master the pit. In 80s, there was no iPhones and taking pictures immediately. No, sir. There was this time when there was a dark room and you had to go into the dark room. It had to be dark so things could develop. Because if you turn the light on ahead of time, it ruins the picture that is emerging. If I can get you to master your sense of belief in your identity and purpose, and you can hold that belief under extreme pressure, then you'll be able to execute skillfully across life, family, and business. I wish I had 10 of y'all that would jump up and shout, because all you are is a character away from the next level of your life.
All you are is a character away from the next level of your life. Thank you, my guy. Derek says, happy early birthday. The words of the Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Man, you're going to make me cry on here, my guy. Thank you for being a friend. The Golden Girls was my mother's favorite show. And of course, she is no longer with us. We actually sang it at her funeral. Thank you for being a friend. So thank you for that, man. That made me smile, made me remember my mom. I miss that girl. She was my best friend in this world. And we didn't agree on a lot of stuff. But when I tell you that she was my best friend in this world, she was my best friend in this world. So thank you for that, man. Yes, sir, Dwight. We've got to be able to excavate who we are and why we are, and then hold that under extreme pressure. If we can do that, success is ours. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Of course, if you're watching the replay, whether on LinkedIn, whether on YouTube, or whether here, whether on Facebook, thank you for hanging out. Hit me at weareremand.com. Schedule a discovery call with me. It is absolutely free to do so. And I want to see where you are. We have a formula that will get you from where you are to ultimately where you want to be. But we got to figure out some things and develop a strategy that is personalized just for you. So looking forward to seeing you guys inside the world of Remand. Inside of this world, we work with married businessmen with families to lock in identity and purpose so that they master their life, leadership, and legacy all at the same time. We will see you soon. Here's our exit. Just watch this.
I saw the fire in brother's chest to be, do, and have something different. And so it was really from every brother that is a participant, from us as player coaches. The transformation, I think, was substantive. Watching the brothers bond and develop and grow and transform is always amazing to me. And so this weekend, was for me nothing short of amazing, watching the brothers do their work and fully engage, right? Like, so we didn't see any brother half step. You and I were able to see every single brother fully engaged, even brothers that came in saying, this ain't what I really do. Just let me sit back in the cut and chill. Right. Those brothers genuinely fully engaged and grew not just as individuals, but as a collective.